All right, there, Latin 2. We are on chapter 35, translation. Okay, when you're done with this, I'll have some more to do, but right now, I want you to go and translate chapter 35. All right, you finished, which is good. Now get out your red pen and let's see what we got. After Aurelia went to bed, Cornelius was still remaining in the atrium, worried. For Euclides had gone to the home of his brother early, who was living on the Quirinal hill. It was already the middle of the night, and Euclides had not returned home. What had happened to him? At last Euclides entered, sprinkled or spattered with blood. Sprinkled with blood just sounds decorative. Cornelius says, "Immortal gods, what happened to you?" he shouted. Euclides responded nothing. He had fallen to the ground. Immediately, slaves, having been called to the atrium, as very quickly ran here and there. Euclides was placed on a couch, and the wounds of him, having been cleaned, or were cleaned and were bound. Now, that sunt can do double duty for both perfect passive participles, so you'll see that sometimes. For a long time, he was laying immobile. At last, he recovered his mind, and he slowly opened his eyes. After he drank something of wine, he explained the whole affair. Today early, while I go down into the city, notice he's doing present tense now because he wants you to feel like you're in the action. I met a certain poet to whom the name was Marcus Valerius Martialis, which is, it's kind of like saying, well, I was walking around in Brooklyn and I ran into this musician named Jay-Z. Marshall is an extremely famous poet. He led me on a short journey to that apartment building in which my brother lives. He told to me many things about the robbers of this city, or the bandits of this city. However, I scarcely believed him, or scarcely gave him credence. But when we were already approaching the apartment building, we spotted certain men entering into the eating house. "Be careful of those," said Marshall. "Those are the most wicked robbers. At night, you ought not to walk around through these streets alone." I remained the whole day with my brother, or like at my brother's house. After a great dinner, a terrific dinner, I decided to head home, or to return home. Although it was night, I was not fearing anything of danger. Therefore, I was walking carefree through the Subura, when suddenly, out of a certain eating house, two men who were bearing or carrying clubs hurled themselves. Overcome with fear, I was running very quickly. I was running more quickly. However, they easily overtook me. I was hit by one, but I defended myself. Where did I go? Yes. I defended myself with a beating wand, very bravely. Then I was grabbed from behind by another, and I fell to the ground. They took away my beating wand, and they took away my money. My beating wand was taken away, and my money was taken away. They went away laughing. For a long time, I was laying in the mud, prone, or face down. At last, I arose, and with greatest difficulty, I returned home. Cornelius said, I am sad because, or I'm sad that you received such grave wounds, such serious wounds. However, you were the most stupid. To which Euclides said, yes, master, but now I am wiser. I will not again walk through the streets of this city alone at night. So there you go. Now, what I want you to do, obviously, is exercise 35A, but then go ahead and do 35B and 35C. All right, so 35B, pretty simple. Marcus est diligentior quam Sextus. Sextus est diligentior Aurelia. Okay, so use comparatives, okay, the whole way. Every other one, I want you to use the quam plus the nominative, quamnam. And other everyone, I want you to use the ablative of comparison. Okay, so Marcus est quam Sextus, Sextus est Aurelia. And then you just use diligentior. Except you don't need to use diligentior for all of them because they give you an example. So Marcus est minor quam Sextus, Sextus est maior Aurelia, Aurelia est pulchrior quam Cornelius, and on. They give you a list right there. Okay, so just should be about 10 sentences. And when you get to Pseudolus, he is something more than Marcus. 35C is going to be even easier, okay? Use each of their names that you see up there, and this time you're going to say that they're the most of everyone, okay? So Davus is diligentissimus omnium. Flavia is miserrima omnium. Right, well, of course she is. She's dead. And on and on and on. And just use all the different adjectives that are in there. Okay? Have fun with it, please. So do 35A, B, and C. And send me, of course, in chunks. Do not send me one big document. I will send it back and tell you to break it up. Because otherwise you'll drive me mad. All right. So that's the end of chapter 35. And I'm going to hit the button.